Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 109. Let's go. We are back. And we got not the most stacked out weekend, you know what I mean? Only one real event to talk about coming up, UFC Denver.
And not the most stacked card.
Nah, it was only about a week ago. They were at about 8 bouts on that card, so
Yeah, I was gonna say it was looking real sketchy about 4 days ago.
yeah. They've gotten themselves up to 11. It's getting a little bit better, starting to get things done, but we'll get there. First, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. We appreciate everyone that does. Let's go. But this terrible card to talk about, right?
It's not terrible.
It's pretty
That's harsh.
It's pretty damn bad. Main event, Rose Namajunas. It was all good, all happy for that. It was like, let's go. She was supposed to be taking on Macy Barber.
Yep.
And then Macy pulls out.
Yep.
You had some people throwing their names in the hat, whatever. It ends up being, I believe, number 11 ranked? Yes, number 11 ranked Tracy Cortez fills in on short notice. Almost a year layoff since her last fight. How do you guys feel about this main event?
Kind of a huge jump in competition for Tracy.
Yeah, 100%.
Her last one is Yasmin Yastavicius.
Yeah. I think it's a big jump up. She's probably gonna lose it, but I still think it could be fun.
It definitely could be. It's
like Tracy can get real scrappy in there, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like Rose has been trying to fight on the outside, but it's like if Tracy pushes it at all, like she might bring a fun fight out of Rose. She might not at all either, but you know what I mean? Like it could really go either way. I'm just hoping that she just has a fun fight with her.
Definitely. Like you said, of course this is easily the biggest step up of her career. Like has not fought anyone this good at all. And it's like last few years being inactive, only getting about one fight a year. It's just not great developing, trying to get through your career. And so on a short notice, taking on such a big opponent, it's like the odds are so stacked against her for her to be able to get this done.
100%.
But like you said, she is going to be scrappy. She's going to go forward. She's going to try and land good shots on her. She'll mix it up with the grappling. Like a very solid all-around fighter, you know? It's just... Yeah, it just hasn't showed anything too special, you know what I mean, like throughout her skill set, and then it's just hard, like just not being active. You just fall out of the cycle, you know what I mean, and it just like people just start forgetting about you, and it's just like, oh yeah, where Tracy Cortez been at, and it's yep, all of a sudden, just such a big fight. Like Rose ranked number 6 heading into this one. It's like I know always with Rose, it's just like, oh, how's she gonna show up and everything, but it's like it's kind of how I felt about the Amanda Hebos one, where it's like even if not a great version of Rose shows up,
she should still be able to beat her
easily.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Like no matter how she shows up, she's just better than her. It's not like this is the highest level of competition that she could be fighting, where it's like, okay, if she shows up bad, like it's gonna be a bad night for her, you know?
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I mean, you know, like she, like Rose struggled with just like Manon and stuff, just, you know, not being able to do much, just obviously got the injury, so it was just like rough, but just, she was a bit too physical, like losing to Carla with the grappling before that, you know, but it's like, man, Tracy, I don't think is just on that level at all, and this should probably be pretty clean. Rose, maybe she's able to grab a finish. That'd be pretty damn awesome. I would love to see that so much.
Yeah,
I feel like she's gonna get a finish. It would almost have to be a submission. I don't know if she's gonna.
Who knows, man? It's like Rose can be real sneaky sometimes with what she throws out, and it's like if she's able to find the timing and just land like a real clean shot, like she can. Man, she made a fucking undefeated Joanna as the champion tap to strikes. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
I know that was 7 years ago at this point, you know, but it's like it's not like she's old at all. She's still a very solid fighter, and it's just like, yeah, man. This definitely should be a Rose fight. Fucking in Denver too, you know what I mean? Like, which is also just another thing, could add a whole lot of extra pressure to her as well. So like that could just be something thinking about going in.
Hopefully it just adds love, you know?
For sure. And it's like, you know, Tracy, she's probably coming in here like nothing to lose at all. it just one of those things. It's like UFC has had so many fights fall out recently, and you've had people step up to fill in like for those spots. And you see how like they're just all talk about like getting rewarded and everything like that. It's like that if you scratch the UFC back, they're gonna do the same for you. So it's like I'm sure she's probably getting a better contract out of this, taking a main event on short notice, and she's probably just gonna try and fight her ass off. Just like she's on a fucking great win streak right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's what 5-0 in the UFC.
I believe so. And then it's what she lost her pro debut? Is that what?
It was her pro debut.
Yes, by guillotine.
Yeah, and has won 11 fights straight since then. So it's like I said, very solid fighter. It just might be a little bit too big of a step up on too short of a notice.
Yep.
But we'll have to see.
Yes, but yeah, like you said though, I do hope that at the end of the day, as always, we just get a good fight. That's like
100%.
all we can hope for the most, And
I really think we can out of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a possibility for it. It just kind of all depends how the fight ends up actually playing out.
Yeah, and Tapology has it as a 5-rounder, but didn't they sign the contract for 3 rounds? I could have sworn that I seen something that they made a 3-round main event because of it being short notice.
I did not see that anywhere.
Okay, so then maybe it was just some random shit on my Instagram and not official. Okay.
It's like it's definitely been a while since the UFC has done that, but that is something that like they've
done it before.
Yeah, they will give to the fighters. It's like if they know that they're not prepared for 5, it's like there's no reason to do.
The last time I remember that happening was Izzy versus Anderson, when Robert Whittaker had to fall out of his fight literally like 24 hours before the card.
Like I said, I just seen some post on Instagram and didn't really pay it much mind, but then when I saw the 5 rounds, it just clicked and I was like, wait, didn't I see that? But it could have been nothing,
Nah, for sure. Tracy gets a win here. She gets herself a top 5 fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that.
It's such an easy way to boost yourself up. Like
yeah, because that's the thing with just taking this. It's like it's so risky. Like odds are not on her side. But man, if she's able to go out there and get it done in a main event against Rose, like that is so big for her career. Like that's just incredible.
Oh yeah.
Do you think she could end up with like a fight against Macy whenever she's like healed up ready? Like she might end up sliding in there?
Possibly.
Because 25 is just so jacked up at the top of the division right now. You know what I mean? Like it's just UFC has just oh my god.
And that's where I'm like, do they go to the rematch? Like in the UFC now, Erin and fucking Tracy, if she wins, you know what I mean? Like
that's very possible.
But I don't know.
Oh yeah.
If they'll think that Erin can win that, and they might not want to put her on a 2-fight losing streak. Like I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's. But it's one of those things too where it's
I can see Erin wanting that fight though, because it's like now she's at the top of the division just trying to get like one of her losses back, you know what I mean? So that's a possibility.
Because she for a while just talking about like I'm so far ahead of her, like there's no for that, but it's like her coming off of a loss, Tracy just beating Rose, there's a whole lot of reason to do that rematch for sure.
Hell yeah.
That would probably be a good one. And it's one of those things with the UFC where like if Tracy wins and looks good, that's another good win to like get her up. And it's like if they're trying to push Tracy like that, they will do it because like Erin is so young. Where it's
that's
like,
true.
I feel like they will set her up at certain times where it's like, okay, win or lose, you know what I mean? Like see how it goes, because if she loses, it's like she has so much time to learn and grow. So that's very possible she could up in a fight with Erin, which that should probably just be booked as like a main event as a fight night. Like a main event Apex or something like that. Very solid. Let's go. For Rose, if she gets it, it's just hard. Like, beat Hebos in the last one, just like a bit further ranked down, and like now fighting outside of the top 10 and Tracy with this one.
If Rose wins, I feel like it's going to be the same thing. Like, depending on what Macy's injury is, they might go back to that fight, or maybe they'll go to Rose Erin, Those are like the only available fights in the top 5, because now in Josh's book with Natalia Silva, it's like...
Yep.
They shouldn't do Rose Erin. That would be so bad, man. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's very possible that Erin's just going to be the since she's just at the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
let's go. 125, very fun as always. So many fun fighters, but it's like, yeah, come on, man. Just at least we're so goddamn close to September at this point. You know, like right around
so we can
the
get
corner.
Grasso Shevchenko done.
Now, hopefully, just get this shit moving.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if Shevchenko has to pull out due to injury,
Shevchenko will be fine.
If she has to pull out, someone's gonna be ready to step in for sure. Like they.
Oh yeah, but it's just gonna be annoying because then they're gonna be like,
step in right there.
oh, let's. Then it's gonna be all right. You know, whoever wins that one, all right, Shevchenko, you're now in again. It's just gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well,
you know that's what would happen
for sure. But it's like at least with that one, we would probably get like a replacement, so we get like a new fight with that. Who knows? Right. Maybe Alexa loses. Then there's like I feel like it just might be hard to fill Valentina in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's like even if they do, they're not gonna be. It's not like they're waiting on the sphere, you know, and like this very specific thing. So things are just gonna move at a more natural pace either way.
Which was so.
Yeah, it terrible. We knew it as soon as they got announced for the Ultimate Fighter. You know what I mean?
I know, and it was just like, all right, cool. We get to wait a whole. God,
I totally forgot about Ultimate Fighter. That feels like a million years ago. I don't remember the last episode.
I think I accidentally skipped the last episode.
Fuck.
I sincerely have stopped caring about the Ultimate Fighter.
No, I understand. I'm trying to think real quick to see if I can remember. It's
like at the tip of my tongue, but it's just the memory's not popping in.
Shit. Well, that's our review on Tough this week. Very memorable.
Back to the card.
Co-main event though. Speaking of fun fights, this is such an old man's fight, but yes. I feel like it is just gonna be one that actually delivers on a fun old man's fight. Santiago Ponzinibbio, Muslim Salikov, both of them are, I believe, late 30s at this point.
37 and 40.
There we go.
Yeah, 37 and 40.
Both of them have been finished multiple times at this point.
I did not realize they were both this old.
Oh,
a
yes.
a co-main
event.
event.
Yeah, that's why, like, as soon as I saw this, it's like, bro, 7 years ago, banger, fucking, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Great fight at the fucking back end of the top 15 for the welterweight division.
Yeah.
But in 2024, it's just like, oh man, which one of these motherfuckers is getting slept terribly and then bounce out the UFC? You know what I mean? Like that's, and then whoever wins, they get set up for like Michael Morales type guy or some shit, you know? Or
well,
like,
Michael Morales is booked against.
I know he's booked, but
no, I know he's booked for top 15. Is all I'm.
But like, you know, just
that type.
Yeah, just someone up and coming that's just gonna absolutely butcher them. You know what I mean?
Probably someone who's on this main card. Someone like that. Gabriel Bonfim, holy shit.
That's not as bad. No, I know. That's not as bad.
Because Bonfim more than likely just sub him.
Yeah. Couple big shots, grab clinch, take down, go for a sub. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that. But yeah, man, it's just Ponzi and Muslim Salikov. Oh, it's gonna be fun, but it's gonna make me a little sad. But
yeah,
that's the name of the game, right?
No, yeah.
Whoever wins going for that top 15 run, though. Right?
No.
What?
Terrible.
You don't think Ponzi post USADA could come back to get it done like the good old days?
No.
I agree.
Anyway, this featured bout.
Yeah, this one.
I'll say Ponzi, like. Wasn't his last fight? No, it was. Oh, yeah, no, that was still USADA. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't think that he fought this year.
He did not.
Muslim, I don't know. Okay, yeah, he got knocked out. Yeah, Randy Brown.
He got knocked out this year. Post USADA.
Yeah, that's 5 months, man. Oh, my God. Okay, so Ponzi wins by knockout?
Probably.
3 years younger?
Potentially.
Sure. A little bit bigger.
When was the last time Ponzi got a knockout? Oh, I don't know. That's right.
2 fights ago.
2022.
Hey, you know.
2 fights ago.
Let's go. But yeah, this featured bout is I absolutely love it.
Wacky.
Was not expecting it at all. Because Drew Dober was supposed to fight Mike Davis. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Torn bicep. It just literally with the last Mike Davis fight of just talking about like, oh, just a fan favorite. People love him, loves to fight. And it's just like, yeah, but he's just always injured. Things happen, just inactive.
Yep.
And a fucking bicep tear, man. That is absolutely brutal. Gonna be out for a while for sure.
Yep.
But in steps in the fucking hope of the fighting nerds, right, Kate? John Silva, after just decimating Charles Jourdain, being the first one to knock him out. That was so vicious and just beautiful.
Yep.
Just a quick turnaround to fight Drew Dober up a weight class at 155. Bro, that's some fucking risky business he's fucking going for, man.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Dober got... he's chinny at times, but he also got bombs in those hands.
Yeah, he's so fucking tough.
He's the lightweight version of Alistair Overeem.
I don't think that's a fair comparison.
Can knock anyone out, but could also be knocked out?
He's only knocked out one time, and that was Matt Frivola. Or twice, sorry.
But like, he does in the UFC, like, he's got 9 losses and, one KO TKO loss. It's like, bro, Overeem been finished 20 times since the start of his career. You know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, because he does get hit a lot. He does get knocked down.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, he'll get knocked down.
So that's what I mean, though. Like, it's just like...
But durable and dogged as a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like... It's like, yeah, you can catch him like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's for sure. But like, bro, to like so many good strikers and hard hitters he has fought in, like, yeah, the only loss by KO TKO to be Matt Frivola, you know, it's like it really is not too bad at all.
No, yeah.
I don't know. This is...
It's just going to be a banger, and someone's going down at some point. That's all I know.
That's what I mean. Like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's like Jean Silva, he's Brazilian, but he's got 2 submission wins, and both of them are via guillotine. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's not a...
Yeah, 1 decision win, 2 decision losses, 10 KO wins.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And it's like, looking at his record, a lot of them are just punch, flying knee. Like, it's single shots.
Yeah, like, he might be able to catch Drew Dober and get him out of there, you know? Like, if he does, that would be so big for him. Like, that...
Because I could see him getting, like, caught and then getting put into, like, a mounted guillotine. Like how, like, Ortega got fucking Volk, you know what I mean? Like, he goes down and then just all of a sudden just wraps up a Dars, gets his back, grenade, you know what I mean? Like, I could just see that happening.
I was going to say, you think if he beats Dober, he just stays at 155? Because not only is it a top win for him, but it's like he missed weight in his last fight. I know that was the first time he's ever missed weight in his career, but like, if he's starting to just struggle with it, getting a bit older, because he's 27 now, you know, just like been fighting at that shit at younger age, you know? But he is small, 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. Yeah. It might have just been the weight cut. I don't know. But I just wonder, because it's like, is Dober still ranked?
No.
Oh, no, he's not.
No.
He's just, but he's right outside of it. A win
yeah, he's like
Dober
number
easily get you a good win.
Yeah.
Or a good ranking.
Yeah, like that. You're right in the mix, like with a big, especially you go out there and knock out Drew Dober, like that's a...
I wonder with him taking it short notice if they'll just do him the favor of giving him a good guy at 145 if he just wants to stay at 45, because he's really not the size for 55.
Yeah,
and that's possible.
Yeah, that I feel like that's more than likely, because it just funny, you know, with just think about like the, you know, like on the pay-per-view, Roman Dolidze beating Anthony Smith, and it's just like, oh, I'm a top 10 guy in both divisions, not even ranked at 205 with that, you know what I mean? So it's like,
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if he gets a big win, knocks out Drew Dober, and he wants to stick at 155, like you said, gonna be a bit undersized, but it's like, dude would clearly still carry that vicious power there, you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, he's probably gonna be having much better weight cuts, like he might be feeling a lot better. It's just sometimes a happy fighter is just like the best fight, you know what I mean? Like, it's... I don't know. more than likely, like you said, he'll probably just get like a top 15 guy or something like that at 145, or like just a big name. But
either way, this is about to be a great fight.
Yeah, man, great feature for sure. Very solid fight. Kind of mentioned it before. Gabriel Bonfim on this card. Taking on Angelusa, which it's like Gabriel should just go out there and just run over this dude. Like, this should not be a tough one for him at all. Definitely just trying to get him a good win after, the Nicholas Dalby loss. It's like, I love Bonfim. Always want to see him fight. Always want to see him in a good performance. But it's just one of those ones where it's like, you can't sneak this by us, UFC. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the most reasonable to go from a loss to Nicholas Dalby to Angelus now. Like, come on, man. Like, this.
It's very reasonable. What do you mean? 3 inches taller, a reach and a half disadvantage?
Bonfim first round sub. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
Maybe second round?
I see it.
Or probably first round?
First round arm triangle.
First round sub.
Let's go. But yeah, it's love Bonfim. Not the most intriguing fight though, but a very intriguing fight to me, honestly, on this main card. Motherfucking C-Rod, he is back. Taking on Juicy J, Julian Erosa. I just don't know how to feel about this one because C-Rod's last win over Isaac Dolgarian. Third fighter in a row that he took the O from, but I did not think that he won that fight.
I didn't either.
That should have been Isaac's fight, man. Bruh, Juicy J, he ain't the best fighter, but he is scrappy as a motherfucker. He can catch you in weird spots, and it's like, very, very fun fight in this one. I don't know how you guys are feeling.
I need to make sure I'm remembering this right.
Yeah.
Juicy J is so much bigger than him.
Yeah. 6'1" to 5'7", and then 71-inch reach to 74.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like, it's not like he loses like to completely terrible people in the UFC. Because I mean,
7 losses, 6 KO TKO losses, 1 decision loss.
Yeah. But like, C-Rod don't have power like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was like that head kick was so fucking clean, and like he caught him just leaning, trying to exit off on the angle, and the head kick was just perfect. Like, that's just one of those but I know what you mean. It's like he's been finished a lot. Only man to not finish him in the UFC, Grant Dawson, very fitting.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying though, is like, I just don't see how C-Rod being able to knock him out. And he has 13 wins via Juicy J has 13 wins via sub, 0 losses to sub.
Yeah.
And C-Rod is definitely I'm gonna take you down and grind you out type fighter. I can see him getting caught.
Yeah, third round Darce choke wins over Sean Woodson and Charles Jourdain. It's like he's lost to Fernando Padilla, Alex Caceres, Sungwoo Choi, Julio Arce, Grant Dawson, Devontae Smith, some good fighters, but not the best fighters. But it's like, dude, also first round finish over Ricardo Ramos, beat Hakeem Dawodu, Charles Jourdain, Nate Landwehr, Sean Woodson. It's like, dude's got some very solid wins in there as well. Like, he has set back some good fighters, man.
He's like one of those 50-50 fighters.
You
know what I mean?
50-50,
he's just like
in the UFC.
No, I know, but it's like it can go either way in any of his fights. It does not matter who you put him in there with, really.
Nah, yeah.
So I just feel like he's gonna catch C-Rod.
Yeah, man. I can easily see him catching a sub on C-Rod for sure. Like, that would not be surprising at all. Fun fight.
Or just in the grappling situation, just being able to scramble, get dominant positions, and just being able to win rounds.
Juicy J goes out there, just flying knees him off a takedown because motherfucker's short as hell.
That's another thing that could happen, yeah. He cannot, that's the thing. That's why I have Juicy J by winning this just because he has the most ways he can win this fight.
Yeah.
I think he can win this fight by decision, sub, or KO TKO. I think C-Rod's, in reality, his only way of winning this is by decision.
Yeah, we'll have to see. C-Rod's got 11 wins, Rose has got 11 losses, you know, but fucking Juicy J's got 40 pro fights. It's like he's been in there so many times, man.
Yeah.
Tough fight for C-Rod, the young up-and-coming guy. Very excited, though. Last fight on the main card, I just feel like Abdul Razak Al Hassan should send Cody Brundage to the Shadow Realm, right?
I'm not sure.
I was about to say,
He could
maybe?
easily get grapple fucked. I guess that
I was about to
probably
say-
is like the most likely thing, huh? But
What's the
I
most
don't know,
likely
man.
thing to happen?
Cody Brundage is just not great, man. Like
He's not.
dude lost first round finish to William Knight, brother. Nick Maximov, he got out grappled by. Like dude couldn't grapple with
You know what?
Cedricus Dumas. Like
He has been finished a couple of times, and even though Abdul is 38 years old, like, he still has the power to put someone out, so he could go out there and knock him out for sure.
He
yeah,
could.
it's like last win, just
Claudio Ribeiro
Yeah.
last year.
yeah,
Like,
a year and a half ago at this point, been a while, a lot of canceled fights, but
Mhm.
yeah, man, like he can still fucking knock a motherfucker out. Like
the only way he's ever won.
Fucking Bruno
Yeah.
Ferreira.
like Claudio Ribeiro was the first guy he didn't win by first round finish. Like
28 seconds into the second round, though.
yeah, it did not take long. But yeah, man,
6-6 in the UFC versus 4-5.
yeah, it's like I don't know. Abdul should be able
Yeah,
to knock him
yeah.
out.
He should, but it's just like,
It's
damn.
not a great fight, but
No.
it is a good a potential main card opener. You know what I mean?
I think it'll be fun, yeah.
Yeah, like we could get
Like-
some wacky shit out of it. Like even if Cody is doing good and like the fight's going his way, there are for sure gonna be moments where it looks like he's about to shit the bed and everything's gonna fall out underneath him. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah?
It should be good to open up the main card. Going into the
Could be.
prelims though, the fucking featured bout on the prelims, man. This is. I hate it and I love it. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is such a fun fight.
I know.
Love
I
this.
love this.
It's so
Joshua
good.
Van versus Charles Energy Johnson. I hate it because I love Energy. And I'm not sure if he can win this one. But it's like, even if he does, like, I don't want Van to get upset by Energy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yo, the way people will be yelling fraud check
I
at this man for losing to Charles Energy.
Yeah, which is like would be an insane thing, just because it's like,
Dude's
hey,
4-4.
yeah, he's 4-4, but it's like,
Bro, he's
Dude's-
beat.
But he's just one of those fighters where it's like, again, like there's so many of them on this card where it can go either way. It's like
Either way.
he's there for a fun fight, and it's like you might be able to, simply just be better than him, but he might take you for a ride through it. And if you don't have the experience,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like he's on a 2-fight winning streak, like he's bringing it back.
That's the thing. It's like
He took the O of Azat Maxim and then
Yeah.
beat
Yep.
Jake Hadley, and here he
Yep.
is with Joshua Van. It's like,
I
bro,
know.
he's kind of on a roll.
Had back-to-back wins over my
Yes.
fucking boys back-to-back too. Zalga Zumagulov and Jimmy Flick. Very sad. But
yep.
it's like looking at him, like all of his fights in the UFC, 8 fights, he's fought a shit ton of grapplers. Like that is
Yeah.
mostly who he's fought. What, like Ode Osborne is probably like the only not real like guy that goes to.
No,
like,
yeah,
grappling like that.
Makayev, Durden.
Zalgis isn't much of a he'll go to it, but he definitely is more in your
Yeah.
face too. But it's it's like he has fought a lot of very solid grapplers, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of like lose to some of them, but has also won some of them.
Yeah, because he's
It-
scrambly. He's fun with it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No,
But
yeah.
you know what? Nah, Joshua Van can get it done.
yeah, like
He
it's-
can.
He's a good
It's just-
fighter, bro. Like,
bro, like Energy's gonna, I feel like, try and be too slick in there with the hands, and it's like Van's just gonna put on a pressure and a pace and so many punches that you're not gonna be able to just out
Here's the
slick
thing.
him. You know, like
A lot of Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of Charles Johnson's movement, like he has a lot of head movement, right? But how do you negate head movement?
Body work.
Go to the body. And Van is extremely good about going to the body.
Yeah, like
so then you start slowing down that movement, start getting some leg kicks in there.
And it's like, not only is he good at going to the body, but he's just one of those people that is coming in with very high volume. Like, he is throwing over 100 strikes in these 3 rounds in most of his fights. Like, he's only had, what, 3?
Yeah, 3 UFC fights.
But, like, he, in these 3 fights, he has put on just a pressure on a lot of these guys that, like, Charles is probably not used to, even though he's been around for much longer, has 8 fights in the UFC. It's like, like you said, just more grapple heavy. Like,
like it,
and not only
because with the pressure, it's like grappling pressure, but not the hands like this, man. Because
this is like that pressure. Like,
Now to give a downside for Joshua Van, has been booked and booked and booked and booked and not been able to fight since
he fought January of this year.
He fought January, but then gets booked.
Yeah,
it's like, how many camps
and
was
then
he
booked.
in? Like,
he has had 4 canceled bouts. He was supposed to fight last month against Tagir, and that got canceled week of because of missing weight. It's just like, how like is he actually going to be feeling after just having like such an extended period of like essentially going through different fight camps with different styles of fighters throughout the whole thing?
That's like, honestly, kind of thinking about it, especially with how the Tatsuro Taira fight played out with Alex Perez, because it's like that's exactly what we were worried about. It's like
they're a lot younger.
That's
a lot less like miles on their body, a lot less just
these dudes are just living in the gym, and it's so I wonder how much it's just like, you know, even with the different styles, it's like, yeah, they're doing different things, but like everything is just skill building and learning and like, you know what I mean? So I feel like I don't think it's going to have the biggest effect.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm not talking about the physical. I'm talking about the mental. Because that is like
that's true.
Strenuous to have to like go through opponent after opponent. Just like, I just want to fucking fight. Like Whitaker has talked about this. Volkanovski has talked about this. Like, people are just like, I just want to get there. Can I just finally get there without all this bullshit of people pulling out and not being able to fight or having to be rescheduled because this person pulled out, so then my opponent has to leave and then I have to fight this guy.
I will say they probably feel that pressure a bit more though at the top with guys at big names and like also just being older and being more established in their life where they have families and they have things to take care of. It's like Joshua Van is 22. Like Jimmy said, just in the gym, just knowing that he'll probably get another fight offer soon, or just like, you know what I mean? Like just ready for the shit. And when it comes to Charles Johnson with all the different opponent changes, like, it's not like Charles has this crazy skill set to offer that he can't learn from training for other guys. So I'm sure with just like all the opponent changes he's had and the different styles of trainings that he's done, I'm sure he's fine for it.
Like, I definitely get what you're saying, like because that's the like, you know, with comparing it to Taira, it's like you never know, different fighters, different people, you know what I mean? Like, you never know how it's gonna affect different people. But
that's my point.
With like just 22 years old, I feel like it's like Kate said, I do agree with just like you mentioned Volk and Whitaker. It's like they're older, they're at the end of their career, they can't like they have to just manage things better, you know what I mean? Where it's like these young guys coming in, it's like I feel like they see how the shit goes and they're just like, yeah, well, this, whatever what it is, you know what I mean? And it's like just along for the ride, like just happy to kind of be there and just being able to get the opportunity, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it's such a fun fight. Very excited for that prelim fight. Anything else on the prelims that you guys are piqued and interested for?
Yes, the one right before it. I'm so excited. Jasmine Jasovicius is on this card, and she was supposed to fight Viviane Araujo.
Yes, good step up.
Viviane pulls out, and in steps Fatima Klein.
Yes. This
is Fatima Klein's UFC debut. We got to see her win her second belt in CFFC. That's like the only fight we saw of her, but what we saw was amazing.
Yeah.
She has just a great skill set. She is very young, but she really just tries for the finish often. She has good striking, good grappling. She's very scrambly, and she's kind of just big for the division. She fights at strawweight, but she's 5'6", 67 and a half inch reach. Like, she just,
two-way CFFC champion, like you said, just such a fun fighter. it's like
Okay, this is at flyweight. I was like, wait, I think Jasmine is a flyweight though. But...
Yeah, ranked top. Right, she's ranked at flyweight now. I think so.
I don't think so.
Thought
she is number
15.
Okay, yeah. It's like
she doesn't have much experience, but it's like she's definitely very good.
Yeah, it's such a big step up. Like, just the UFC debut, bright lights, everything, just a good card, Denver. You know what I mean? And it's like, top 15 opponent against Jasmine. But she is gonna go out there and put on a motherfucking scrap, and Jasmine's down for a scrap too. I would not be surprised if this gets fight of the night, honestly, at all. Like this is very live for it because man,
that's why it's like you're talking about this is a shit card. It's like there's a lot of sleepers on here.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's good.
It's like there's not necessarily name value, but if you know, there's gonna be some good scraps.
Yeah.
It
just feels bad, but it's like as you go through it more, it's like I guess it's not. It's just like lead up and everything. You know what I mean? I guess that's just more of the feel on it.
This feels a lot more to me like an Apex card than a card out on the road. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
This is a good Apex card. Then.
This would be a good Apex card, but that's what I mean. It's like I feel like our expectations are kind of getting a little. Because, like, in all reality, right, there are 2 fights on this card with ranking implications. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just, like, that's the only reason why I'm like, usually there's at least, like, 2 to 3.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know there's not
the road cards.
There's not the name value for it, which is where the rankings would normally come in, but it's definitely just a lot of good fights. It's good showcasing for up and coming talent.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a very good prospect card because it's like you got Fatima Klein, you got Joshua Van, you got C-Rod, you got Bonfim, you got Jean Silva. Like even Tracy Cortez in the main event. It's like a lot of like you got a lot of good rising stars potentially in just this one. It's like this could easily be one of those cards where it's like we're looking at it's like not that great, but then in like 5 years from now or whatever, like a lot of these fighters could be very good, like established people at the top, and then it's just like you kind of go back, you see that they're all on the card together, and it's like holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, this was on the card.
Like remember when they were on the prelims? Like
it's just like outside of the fights I don't really have anything else. Like I don't have any other fights I'm really like excited for.
Yeah. Because after Fatima Klein, just 3 more fights on the prelims. I do think Montel Jackson, Damone Blackshear should be a pretty fun fight. That should end up being good.
It could be.
Damone got a Twister submission not too long ago. That was a real fun. So, always great to
Twister
see,
and then what? Jumped in short notice against Mario Batista.
What was that?
He jumped in short notice against Batista. Right?
Yeah, it was literally like a week later.
Yeah.
The very week later. Yeah.
What I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, got Maria Gapova on this card though too. She's I hope she could do good. She's scrappy as hell, but gotta manage the gas tank. You know what I mean? That's like
2 and 3 right now in the UFC.
Yeah, I didn't even kind of think about that at all. Of just like
the elevation of
Denver.
Yeah, damn, that's fucking rough as shit for Tracy. First fucking 5-round fight in the UFC, short notice
at elevation.
Yeah, this is rough for a lot of them. It's just really funny because sometimes when fights are coming up and I see that they're in spots like Denver, Salt Lake City, whatever, I just kind of check on fighters like, are you out here yet? Are you out there? Like, you know what I mean? Are you getting used to the elevation at all? And it's just nobody. It's like nice.
Very sad. Another card at elevation with no heavyweights on it. I do not appreciate the UFC.
I approve.
Love that. They have one fight.
Now
at
I will say,
now
that I'm thinking about it, if Brundage versus Abdul goes out of the first round, Abdul is not getting a finish.
Oh no. He probably got like 3 minutes on that clock, brother.
He's got 3 explosions.
But should be a pretty fun card out of Denver. Should play out to be a lot of fun. Let's go.
Sure.
We got some fight news to talk about though. Right, you guys excited?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, about this first one, yes.
Yeah, this is. I wasn't exactly sure where they were going to go for Benoit Saint-Denis and UFC Paris, but we found out main event against motherfucking Money Moicano. Moicano want money. How do you guys feel about this fight?
Moicano got main event.
Yes, main event money.
I feel like Benoit Saint-Denis can win this fight on the ground and on the feet. More than likely, if he wins, though, I do think it's going to be via KO TKO.
Yeah. Moicano, like, Benoit's biggest flaws are on the feet, and Moicano doesn't have the power to put him out. Like, yeah, Benoit got knocked out by Dustin, but one, Dustin can knock out anybody, and two, he had staph infection, so it just, you know, Moicano's not going to be the guy that also knocks him out. And
what if he does, you know?
I mean, that would be crazy. Nah, bro, you know what's crazy is his ground and pound over Jalen Turner was his first KO TKO win. I didn't even realize that.
I was about to say, when was the last time he KO TKO someone outside of Turner?
Yeah, never.
Apparently the answer is never.
Oh. Yeah, he's not knocking him out.
Moicano want money, Kate.
Yeah, bro, it's like, listen, Benoit can grapple and he can knock him the fuck
money.
out.
But he ain't getting his win money.
I'm sorry, Moicano's losing. Yeah. He's on a good run right now, but Benoit's about to put an end to that.
I don't know, man. It's like Benoit
has better takedown defense than Brad Riddell, Drew Dober, and Jalen Turner. And he has actual ground threats, as opposed to all three of those guys.
Jalen's a good submission artist, though. Like, he's got, like, it's not like he's bad with the grappling at all. Like, that is not something where he was, like, out of his depth. I don't know, man. I just kind of had the same feeling in this one as, like, when Moicano was going into Jalen, where it's like, yeah, being like, oh, just gonna get fucked up losing. I know he should have lost that fight.
I was gonna say Jalen threw that away.
Jalen threw that away.
But I mean, like, I will give it to. But we still have to give it to Moicano for coming back and getting it done. So I do give him that. But Jalen threw that away.
Yes.
But Benoit would not walk away like that.
Exactly.
Benoit's gonna jump on that and finish him.
That is for sure. But Benoit is also way more flawed technically than Jalen Turner is. It's like, I don't know, man. I would not be surprised if, like, Benoit pushing forward, like, especially coming off of that knockout loss, probably having a sense of, like, in Paris main event, I gotta do something big. Bruh, he might just walk into a big shot from Moicano, maybe not get knocked out, but get hurt. Moicano could take him down, get the back, and get the sub, because it's like, he's not gonna just lay on the floor, you know, not do much. He's gonna try and scramble, and Moicano could be all on top of a back take and get it done by rear naked choke. Like, I'm
not saying it can't happen. I just don't think it will. You know, like, I do think that's Moicano's best bet. Is I don't think he's gonna beat him in a decision, and I don't think he's knocking him out.
Yeah, don't go 5.
No,
there's no way.
I just don't give him much of a chance to do it. You know, I know anything can happen, but I would still be a bit surprised if he got it done. Like, damn, he was actually able to do it. You know, like, I'm sorry, but I just really think that this is Benoit's fight to win.
I get it. I'll probably lean like 60-40 Benoit, honestly. Like, I'm gonna favor that because it's like Moicano doesn't have the best chin. He's not like the most athletic guy either, you know, where he's like real good in and out, a very slow, plotty striker, you know, and it's like Benoit can easily go out there, land a big shot, hurt Moicano, and get him done, you know? It's like just more of like that sneaky feeling of like Moicano being able to do it, but it's like,
bro, if he could, good for him. I just, you know, I love Moicano. I just don't think this is a real rough fight for him. Yeah,
it's just one of those things. And
plus, it all depends on, like, because I know you're saying, like, oh, feels like he needs to do something big or whatever. And it's just like, dude was French special forces I don't think like that type of pressure is gonna get to him like that. 1 and 2, he's gonna be with a new coach as well. He has moved gym, so like it all depends on like what type of gym he moved to, which I do love because they are gonna try and like iron out those flaws. Like obviously not gonna be all there this next fight. Obviously, like it's gonna be the first camp with a new gym. You can't expect all the flaws to be ironed out, but like coming in with a different type of game plan, it's going to be really interesting to see what he's able to do.
No, that I did not know that he switched up gyms, and like that's actually very good to hear because it's like that's the thing, like so much hype on him and everything, and it's like it was really like it wasn't even the loss to Dustin. It was going into that fight of like just taking like another look at things and it just like
just
man,
watching
like,
his fights. It's like
he really
is
open.
Just
so open, and it's like I know obviously it. Because that's where it's hard. It's like he beat Matt Frivola, which it's like great win. You know what I mean? But it's like Matt Frivola is one of those guys that's like hanging outside of the top 15. Really, you know what I mean? It's like Moicano obviously isn't as good as Dustin, but he's a hell of a lot more game and trickier than what Matt Frivola. You know, it's like
I will agree with that.
It's just I don't know exactly where Benoit Saint-Denis is gonna be at like level wise at 155 right now. I just would not be counting Moicano out. Like he is live in this for sure.
He's alive.
It's gonna be a good
just
fight.
Is like one of those things where I'm just like
spectacular
with the power and the type of chin that Moicano. It just is one of those things where it's like
scary.
I can see this going like even if he doesn't finish him via ground and pound, like all like Moicano trying to scramble and then getting into guillotine or a Dars or an arm triangle and getting subbed. Like he has been subbed before as well.
Yeah, who was he been subbed by?
Brian Ortega.
Okay,
he's the one person that subbed him.
That's Moicano at 45 getting subbed by Ortega on the come up. I don't know, man. Like I would not be surprised if Benoit knocks him the fuck out or whatever. I would be pretty damn surprised if he subbed him, honestly.
Again, it just depends on how it happens because he left hooks him, gets him all wobbled. He shoots in for a takedown, then gets kind of guillotined, then like it makes sense.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like
that's
it's
fair.
not like basically the opposite situation what you said where Moicano hurts, so
it's
he goes
Moicano
in for
got
and then
the last time was guillotine.
So I'm just saying like those situations can happen, like especially with the power that Benoit has.
Yeah. So yeah, great main event, very fun fight. It's 155, so let's go. Next fight to bring up, not the biggest, not the most meaningful, but it's got meaning in my heart because my girl is back again.
I was gonna say this is all for Jimmy.
GDR, let's go. She's fighting Nora Cornhole. It don't matter at all. I don't give a fuck. It's all about GDR.
Cornhole.
I don't know anything about her. All I hope is that the UFC has matched her up against a striker. Because GDR, she's been flawed since the start of her career.
She's from France.
Let's go. 99% chance that she's a striker.
2-0 in the UFC.
1 sub, 1 decision.
Absolutely beautiful. So GDR is going to win by absolutely vicious knockout.
Because what's also nice is she's 2-0 in the UFC, but it's not like she's this young up and coming. Right? She's 34 years old.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, she'll be 35 this year. Like,
GDR
still 6 years older than her, but still, it's not like she's this very young. Yeah.
Right. The Norma Dumont fight, you know what I mean? It's like it was her comeback, a little bit rusty. You know what I mean? Had to get back into the field.
It was a warm up.
It was a warm up. She's coming back.
Nora and her opponent both last fight both missed weight by 3 and 3.5 pounds.
Nice. But yeah,
body shots.
GDR
body
is
shots.
An amazing striker. I don't care if she's 40 years old. She can, if it's just straight up kickboxing with anyone in that division, she can put them out. Like it. So let's go, GDR. It is
definitely possible.
The return to the title shot, right? Let's go. Kayla's fighting Amanda Nunes, and then she's fighting GDR. Those are the big fights.
And she's subbing GDR.
She could get knocked
easily.
She could get knocked.
Good, but I'm just.
She gets taken down within the first 5 seconds of the fight.
Don't say that.
And I'm being
man.
generous.
Come on, man. That's not necessarily true. Maybe she just throws an uppercut within the first 4 seconds of the fight and she wins. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Turns out she threw it on the wrong side, buddy.
But yeah, I'm just happy for her GDR return. Next one though, motherfucking Carlos Pratt, after his ridiculous knockout over Charles Radke, vicious, brutal, beautiful.
I loved it.
I loved it too. It was.
I was there live. That was.
Gets the bonus, smoking a cigarette after his fight, just like like celebrating it.
Yep.
And he's getting himself a motherfucking fight with the Leech, which is a very big
return
step
of the
up.
Leech.
Yeah, from Charles Radke, but great fight. I absolutely love this one.
I love this.
Yeah, this will be fun because Carlos Pratt has a lot of knockouts on his record. He's been, I don't even know, I wasn't counting, but just a good streak right now. Most of them are knockouts.
Yeah.
The Leech never been knocked out before.
Yep.
I did not know that. I know that
Yeah,
he's
and
tough as shit.
He's
but
been subbed twice and he's lost 6 decisions, but he's never been knocked out.
very
Nope.
nice. Yeah, man. Tough fight. Leech, he's a very solid fighter, and I know what card this is off the top of your head at all.
This is on
This is
UFC 305.
Yeah.
Duplessis versus Adesanya.
Is it gonna be the main card? You think?
It's gonna be prelim.
Damn it! I
Why?
was hoping he'd be on the main card, so he'd be on the press conference, get to wear his. You know what I mean?
Look, at the
that
moment,
was one of
like
the saddest moments in UFC history, man. I felt so bad for the.
I know.
Just
At the moment, the main card for that fight, for that pay-per-view is Dricus Izzy, Kaikar France, Steve Ursig, Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I can't be mad at any of those. And if they get like Dan Hooker and like shit, who else would be big enough to be on there?
I don't know.
Shit, if Strickland actually agrees to fight fucking Whitaker.
But yeah, the Leech, but also Carlos Pratt. You know, it's hard. I don't want to.
That one's a hard one because I've been liking what I've been seeing from Carlos Pratt, but he is only 2-0. I really do like the Leech, but he's 2-3 in his last 5. It's like
it's hard.
He's getting older. He's like 36 now.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Let's go. Hopefully, we just get a good scrap out of that one for sure.
Yes.
This next one, absolutely great matchmaking.
Yes.
Michel Pereira, he's on a motherfucking roll. I think it's 8 or 9 fights or something like that. He's won in a row, right? Like I think he's been doing real good.
8.
Moving up to middleweight, looking absolutely fantastic. And he's taking on my motherfucking boy, Fluffy Hernandez. Great win over Roman Kapilov in the last one, but like this is such a different striker. They're like Roman,
it is
technical as hell striker, very deadly, and Fluffy did way better than I expected. But it was him being awkward that got it done against Roman Kapilov, in the feet.
Yeah,
you can't do that to Michel Pereira, man. Like,
bro, he's just gonna
the king
fly
of
at
awkward.
you. With any and everything.
Yeah.
Is Michelle about to knock out my boy?
I mean,
I
the
hope
last
not.
2 fights, he just hurt the opponents bad and then subbed them in about a minute.
I don't know if that's a strategy you want to use against Anthony Hernandez.
Yeah, that would be so bad.
I mean, if
Easily
you
the
remember,
best chance for Fluffy to get his way back in there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you remember, like, because the last 2 was Michelle Olazashuk and then Ihor Pateria.
Yeah.
He just had them
Neither
real
known for their
hurt. Michelle
grappling.
Olazashuk wasn't going out, so he just yoinked it up and he had that in tight. And
It's very
Ihor, it was
true.
a standing guillotine, so he went in for something because he was so hurt panic shooting
Yeah.
and just, you know what I mean? Like,
I wonder if it would just be one of those things where it's like, because Fluffy is a good enough grappler where it's like even hurt all of that. If he gets locked into like a sub, he might just have like that natural instinct of like doing whatever to, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel you, but it's like Michel Behet is not a bad grappler. Like, he has
That's
11 KO wins
He's
and
not.
8 submission wins. You know what I mean? So it's like if he hits him with a flying knee and then he panic shoots and yoink, like just grabs up his
That's
neck,
true.
like odds are he's getting that shit.
that's very true.
But I'm not disagreeing. He's like, and saying he's like a bad grappler. It's just like one of those things where it's like, there's an obvious direction of victory for Michelle. There's an obvious direction of victory for Fluffy.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way that Pajeda throws out those knees, like that's really what I'm just seeing happening, you know? And that's why it's like he would have him much more hurt than Kopylov had him at any point. He will throw wild shit. Just, you know, and he hits him with the flying knee, it's done. And even if he decides to go for the grappling, like he's getting that.
Yeah.
But
Definitely
it's like if like in the middle of the round he goes for like capoeira like spinning kicks, you time a double leg on that perfectly as he like comes back around to land his one leg, like all of a sudden you're on top and shit, and it's like, damn, this is gonna be interesting. How does like Michelle Panda actually like deal with being on the bomb at 185?
No, yeah, for sure.
I feel like he'll probably just be doing a lot of explosive stuff to like, you know, try and get out of there. It's like Fluffy's gonna have to like hold on. How much can he
actually do that?
Oh yeah, like he'll have to hold on to him, drag him, like keep dragging him down, wear on him. Like I don't think like, for Fluffy this is like in any way is he gonna go out there and run over Michelle Pajeda.
No,
I don't think that's happening.
That's
Michelle
Pajeda
can run over Fluffy, and that's what I'm so scared of that. I feel like it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, because I know
I really want to see Pajeda coming off like from the bottom and like having to actually like work to get up and things like that, because it's like I need to see what his gas tank is gonna look like over rounds at 185. Because I haven't seen that yet. He hasn't gone out of the first yet.
Some guys
he hasn't gone out. He hasn't gotten into the second minute of the first round.
If he keeps doing that to motherfuckers, what does it matter what his gas tank is? You know, like if he's
but that's what I'm saying. Though, like
more powerful and he can time shit earlier better than anyone. That's basically what Conor did to the featherweight division and why he ran through it. You know, like
no, and I get that. I'm just saying like it's all going to depend on like. That because like once he starts getting higher into the division, it's like, bro, there are guys who are going to be able to take that, like Vittori or Costa. You know what I mean? It's like, how are you actually going to handle the round 2s, 3s, 4s?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Izzy fucking put out Costa in round 2. It's like, bro, he could.
No, that's true.
Michelle could probably finish damn near everyone in this division in the first round. Like,
but also because I do want to say, like, the one thing right before he went up to middleweight, his last 4 wins at welterweight were all decision wins. So if he was having, you know, if he had the cardio to go while he was draining himself and like having a hard time to making 170 and still being able to go 3, I'm sure he can handle going.
But he had also reined in a lot of his wacky shit because he was getting tired.
He's getting a little bit back to the wacky,
and it's because he has the energy to do it.
Well, yeah, and so that's where like
we have to see how it carries into the next rounds.
Like that's where I feel like it's just going to be a thing where it's like we know that he can go the distance. Just does he decide to? Because if he's gonna fight wacky whatever, it's like if you're jumping around throwing the most explosive fucking techniques you can do, you're not gonna be able to sustain that.
If he's smart, he'll pick his fights and know which ones he can do that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Something like Hernandez probably could do some shit like that and go out there flying knee, fucking knock him out or something. You know what I mean? But when he gets against someone like Vittori, he might decide, oh, okay, I gotta hone this in, and then he still might be able to win.
Yeah.
You just gotta see if he's smart.
Yeah, because if he can do that, like, yeah, he could fucking bounce in and out 1-2 Marvin Vittori all day and cleanly sweep him, you know? Like, that's...
Yeah.
Man. Michelle Pajeda at 185 is... I can't wait to see how he progresses. So much fun.
Yeah.
Last little bit, not fight announcements, but just little fight things going on. We've been wondering, I've been wondering, Ginger's been wondering, Kate doesn't give a fuck, but
That's
where's Nikita Krylov at?
Krylov.
But apparently he fucked his shoulder up last year.
Yep.
So
last July.
Yeah, so that's where that's been at. But I guess he's been just saying that he's looking to get back into training in the next few weeks and hoping see he can get something lined up. So
yes.
Hopefully we'll get him that one time this year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hooray!
He's fighting in January.
Hooray!
Yeah, alright.
And then last little thing, kind of bringing up, motherfucking Aljamain Sterling. I think he's picking himself a fight that I don't think he can win.
I think he sees a big opportunity and a big spotlight.
That's very true.
Because I was thinking about it, you know, originally when we thought that Aljo don't want the smoke with Diego Lopez. this is the perfect time to take it.
Yes.
Diego is a rising star. He's moving up. And we know Diego's going to be on the Sphere. Why not call out for that? And he might see Diego as a more winnable fight than Movsar.
Yeah, because I would not be surprised if he just looked at that fight with Ike of like, okay, I can wear on this kid and I can get him out of there late, you know? But like, I
think that would be stupid for him to think under the circumstances of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like
just
Aljo,
egos and
Yeah, because it's like, it is Aljo. It's like, all things considered, it's like, not seeing him doing too great at 145. It's like, dude was a very great bantamweight champion. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's gonna know that he's got all of these skills. And it's like, I mean, dude did fucking ragdoll and toss around Calvin Kattar. It's like, I know he's not the grappling skill level of Diego Lopez, but he is a very big guy at 145. So it's like, yeah, man, who knows? But, bro, big respect to Aljo fucking calling him out trying to get that, because that is crazy. Crazy.
I do think it's also just one of those things where it's just like, also just what Katie was saying was just like, it's like big spotlight, all that, because like when you look at it, the people that are with the most hype around them, the most talk, it's Ilya, Holloway, Diego Lopez.
Yeah.
Why not try and steal that shine for yourself? You're a former champ. You get that hype. You can be like, all right, cool. Now I can like actually like really start getting talks to get into a championship fight, because I've got a little bit here going for me.
Oh yeah, especially on the Sphere, like that is gonna be an absolute giant card. Like that's. Yeah, great spotlight. Just absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's it. That's all there is to really talk about. I mean, I guess we did have Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. You know, that happened.
Oh, yeah. That was way more fun than I thought it would be.
Yes, a whole lot of fun.
I did not watch it.
Yeah, it was a majority decision for Nate over 10 rounds. The scorecards I was pretty surprised about, honestly. It's like I wasn't scoring for, like, judging or anything like that, but one judge had it a draw. And then the other two had it 7 rounds to 3 Nate, and then 8 rounds to 2 Nate. I'm just like, bro, 8-2 Nate. That seemed kind of crazy. Like
I was, on Twitter and everything, I was seeing most people were saying it was either a draw or a Masvidal win.
It's like Nate was walking him down the entire time, like just constantly putting punches, putting pressure, like because boxing does, like ring, like control, and like that is a big thing,
generalship,
So it's like, I don't know how exactly to score it, but it's like they would just be slapping him with all these fucking pitter-patter arm shots that he's done his entire career, and then Masvidal's like ripping 3 shots to the body. He's ripped 3 shots up top. He like a big jab. Like he was definitely getting the bigger shots throughout the entire fight, but yeah, like you said, just delivered way beyond what I thought. So very good for them. Hopefully on the back end they get a lot more money than what they were guaranteed. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's the end of this podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, again, like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the review to this hopefully beautiful UFC event.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.